Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to this Keys to Success for the Long Term series. You've made it so far, ladies and gentlemen. You've made it so far, all the way to day five, okay? All the way to day five. And just got to remind you guys again about what you guys are receiving. All right, this is free of charge, of course, and it is a $100 value. And of course, it's sponsored by this Marketing Alliance Group. Okay, so definitely want to check that page out. Definitely want to check that page out. Okay, but today, we're continuing in this same vein that we were talking about yesterday, marketing skills. And just to recap, here's the definition of marketing: finding out what people want and giving it to them. Okay. And we realized that yesterday we talked about this first definition, which is finding out what people want. And we broke it down into a couple of the activities that I talked to you guys about: building relationships and communicating. Okay. And we said all of these involve, and we talked very heavily about research. Okay. And we talked about the various different types of research, internal, and then we moved on to internally researching pretty much. Let's see what that entails. Who you are was the first question we asked, and then what what you have to offer as far as what value are you offering, and then who needs it. Okay, once we answer these three questions, okay, who are you? Where do you stand as far as your development? Okay, next thing, what do you have to offer? Which we walk you through this process once you join the Marketing Alliance Group. We show you who you are, and then we build on you from that on a perpetual basis. And then we show you the Marketing Alliance Group opportunity, when you become a member, when we show you what you really have to offer. So you know what you really have to offer. And then we also help you answer this third question: who needs it? Who needs it? And then after you've answered these crucial three questions, okay, you've just completed your research. Okay, you've completed your research. The next part that we're going to talk about, which is the second part of that definition of finding out what people want and giving it to them, is giving it to them. Okay, giving it to them. Now, I know this might sound a little bit direct, what giving it to them, giving it to them. Well, but this is, the second half of the definition, which is another synonym for giving it to them, is promotion. Okay, promote it to them. But I know, people sometimes when they know they're being promoted to, they kind of raise up a defense. Okay, they raise up a wall. They put a wall. They go on guard because people don't really like to be promoted to and sold to, because they kind of see that whole selling aspect as like they're being hustled, or they're being a scam or something. They're trying to pretty much. It shows like, oh man, this guy's just trying to get my money, or this lady's just trying to get my money. They're just trying to sell me something, okay? And then they kind of close their eyes and they don't really look for the value of what's in it that you're offering them, okay? But today we're gonna hop into this definition of giving it to them, okay? All right, and that last question is, who needs it? Okay, let's take a look at that. Who needs it? All right, let's look at the whole job market. Employees. We're gonna jump back on employees. And no, I'm not gonna talk about you guys and badmouth you guys anymore. I apologize for that. But let's look at the employee market. Okay, I'm just show you one aspect of who needs what we have to offer at the Marketing Alliance Group. One aspect. Okay, I know there are millions of people working in the United States. Millions. Okay? But here's a staggering statistic: 40% of all people, employees that are employed, have some other alternate source of income, which is, we would like to call, a business. 40% of employees are trying to start a business or trying to make some money on the side. 40%. Okay? Does that translate into huge market? And that's just one aspect of employees. What about I can use this. What about business owners? Okay, there are a ton of people who own businesses already. Okay, a ton of people. And then let's use the same one here. What about business seekers? People looking for business opportunities. Okay, so we have employees who are trying to make some money on the side. We have business owners who want to make more money in their business. And then we have business seekers, people looking for business. Can anybody just see the market getting larger and larger and larger and more encapsulating of more people? Okay, more people are being included in this number of needing what we have to offer. Okay, and we address pretty much every aspect of the business. If you just need some help, we can help you. If you need a business model, we can give you a business model, okay? If you just need some guidance, we can guide you. The Marketing Alliance Group, which is sponsoring this Keys to Success for the Long Term series, pretty much has it all from beginning to end. Has it all. Okay, so if you haven't taken a look at that, I definitely suggest to go and to take a look at it, okay? But since we're on our second day of marketing, I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek into um, one of our training series that comes along with the as soon as you guys sign up, which this is $195 value. If I can type this right, guys. Forgive my typing, okay? Not the best typer. Which is a $195 value. This is a probably a 10 or 11 part series called the Keys to Success training series that comes with your membership initially. As soon as you sign up as a member, you get access to this. I'm going to talk to you guys right now for the next about 2.5 minutes about a principle that is discussed in this paid series. I'm going to give it away to you guys for free, okay? So here we go, and it involves giving it to them. All right, once you've done the research and once you know who wants your product, now you can start giving it to them. Now, there are two ways you can start giving it to people. Number one is what we call active advertising. Okay? Active advertising. What that is trading time for traffic. And traffic just means people who come into contact with what you have to offer. So you're trading time for traffic. Okay? Now this is one way that most people who have a limited budget get started. This involves your MySpace, your Facebook, your other different types of social medias. Pretty much you're taking time to connect with all of these people in exchange for some of those people taking a look at what you have to offer, okay? Now this is, a highly effective way of advertising, but when you really look down at it and in the details of it, it's not a real duplicatable form of advertising. Why? Because it takes long, the speeds of which people develop, varies. So you have some people that catch on quick, some people that catch on slow, and a lot of people who never really catch on at all, because you just see a ton of people out there just doing the advertising wrong. Once you learn how to do the advertising, you realize there's a lot of them out there doing it wrong and giving everybody a bad name. So that, further lowers the effectiveness of this active advertising. Okay? So once the Marketing Alliance Group looked at this and saw that it wasn't real duplicatable, we realized we had to do something different. So this one, when we started to tap into this second form of advertising, which is passive advertising, which is trading money for traffic. Okay, money for traffic. All right. And now we saw like, hey, this is a great thing. Mostly a lot of people, have money or can get access to money so they can get traffic, okay? And we found, like I said yesterday, the source on the internet where over 90% of internet traffic flows through. We position ourselves here, and we found it for a very, very reasonable cost to get in front of all of these people, and it's very duplicatable. If you can copy and you can paste, then you can tap into this traffic, okay? So, and we also saw that as long as you have money set up and your business is generating income, you can spend the same amount of money, but yet and still multiply your results, okay, because of our very, very proprietary system, okay? Now, my time is out for today. I'm going to include a little bit more tomorrow about this, as well as going to leadership skills tomorrow.